Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another stream, another day. Starfield, of course, because I've been hooked on this forever now. I don't know what game I've dumped this many hours to. What was the last game I dumped this many hours into? Oh... But yeah. How y'all doing? What's the weather? Okay. Just trying to make some small talk. Right. What was I doing? Right. Barrett wanted... I'm trying to become his BFF. Barrett asked me to take him to... Wait. Not this star system. ETA Ada? Ada Cassiopeia. 4B. Temple Sigma.
Shotgun!
Ah, this guy. Oh, hell. I see those douchebags in the distance. Makes sense, there is a temple here. Although...
That's the temple.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I can kind of see through the ground. I can kind of see through the ground there. Exit ship. Oh. The fuck. I had to land on this rock, or chunk of ice. Huh. I was spawned inside of it if I could get out, but I guess you can't go back into the rock, or ice. Barrett? You with me, buddy? Ah, there he is. Come on, catch up now. Yep.
Just look at this place. Unbelievable. I'll follow your lead. Clearly, you know
Oh, you bet. I keep hitting the walls, so I'm traveling too fast. Wait, I hit that one. I guess I'll go first. Oof.
Part of me wants to stay and study this place.
Hello,
Part of
universe.
me is energy.
This is Barrett, returning your call.
What in the... Who in the... Whoa. Hello, handsome.
Speak with the Barretts. Is this part of the power?
got to be joking. Nope. Okay. Skipping the initial shock of it all. Agreed. Not worth it. Forming a hypothesis.
Did you clone yourself?
That doesn't make sense. Cloning is a complicated procedure involving a lot of complex science. This was...
Not cloning.
a whole lot weirder. That's one way to put it.
Okay, who's the evil one?
You know, my captain asked the same thing. Different captain, though, so you aren't an exact facsimile. From my readings, you don't have your appendix, and you're 1/4 of a centimeter taller than me. Minor differences, but fascinating. I wonder what else is different.
One of you explain what's happening here.
Molecular binary schism? Temporal twinning? Group hallucination? Don't forget the fluctuations in the energy patterns, which align almost deterministically. Harmonized vibrations distorting some mechanical barrier between neighboring universes? Impossible to know with such a minute subset of readings. We need more data. Obviously.
Okay, 2 of him is gonna be too much. What do we call you, other Barrett?
I'll be Barrett Prime. Amundsen is fine. Usually the barrier between us is too thick to communicate much anyway. Amundsen? Now I know you're not me. Hey, one of us has to keep it classy.
Welcome aboard.
Whoa there. Sustaining this connection requires a lot of concentration. Is this permanent? You will eventually monitor the energy fluctuations and agree. But no, this is unusual. I could study this forever. Irvin told me to just enjoy it and collect data on the side for later. And I'm glad I did. Irvin? He's with you. He's... okay? By the tone of your voice, I'm gathering some things in our lives might be a bit different.
Well, that's
Is
putting
he-
it mildly.
Is he happy? Yes, he is. Our daughter pilots the ship after Vasco was destroyed.
Aw,
But
no,
otherwise, we've
Vasco.
survived the war well.
The colony war?
Going on 20 years now.
What?
But we're starting to turn the tide. Imagine all of the variations. It's endless.
They're going through a different war? I thought there was like... No, the colony war already ended by this point, now that I think about it. Daughter?
Amazing. Sounds like you don't have a daughter here, I take it. No, we talked about it, but no. We named her after Aja, my mentor. She died in the crossfire between the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective decades ago.
Oh.
For me, Irvin died instead of Aja in that crossfire. She's best friends with Cora, and she's smart as hell. Of course she is.
Well, Aja's still alive in this timeline. Irvin's alive?
It's been so long. The horror of the infinite is the inclusion of the unimaginable. I promise. He's happy. We're happy.
Oh no, Vasco.
Oh, man. I only hope the new one we're building is just as salty as the last one.
Things sound very different.
I have so many questions. I wonder how many paths I've taken. We've taken. How many variations. How many ended
I
with
hear
heartache
something in the
and how
background?
many with joy. I think about that all the time. Wait. What's that noise? Starborn ship.
Barrett's get ready for a fight.
We can handle this. On it. Take a break. Let's chat.
On gas.
Something happened. I can't hold on to you. I'm struggling. Being pulled through the barrier. This is probably it, friends. Amen, son. Cherish every moment with them.
I already do, my friend. I promise.
Well, that happened. Do I talk to him now? Or does he talk to me? Okay.
So look, for the record, I am the same Barrett that came here with you. For sure. I think.
Sounds like something an evil Barrett would say.
Is the ship my secret lair then? I guess? I would have preferred something with more seating. And maybe a fireplace. Something cozy. Oh well. Hey, at least I didn't pull an army of knees out of thin air, right? Imagine that.
Did you try to do that?
Kinda. I mean, here's the thing. It's pretty exhausting in a way that's hard to describe. A second one of me seems... well, frankly, it seems like it would kill me. But yes, I tried. Briefly. Then I stopped when I realized how impossible it would be. Makes me tired just thinking about it.
Damn. 3 Barretts. 2 of them was already enough. Doesn't seem to be possible.
True. How would I stand out in a crowd made entirely of myself anyway? Anyway, it's a relief, you know. I have this ability, this power. And I'm still just... me. Just regular Barrett. And I already feel like it's subsiding. I no longer feel like I'm in a huge crowd.
Can you still use your power?
Yes, though it takes a lot of concentration. If I do it a lot, I bet I'd give myself a headache. From myself. I'm my own migraine.
Seems useful.
I thought so too. Other me, other Barrett, seemed like he was able to handle himself well in that fight.
What
Anyway,
fight? I
we'll
shot
see.
him twice.
If the other me gets in the way, I can just release him, or stop using the power entirely. For now, I just need to use this power a bit and digest what all has happened.
Do you want to talk about Irvin?
I lost my Irvin. I know that. I wish beyond anything that he appeared in that temple instead of me. But it helps to know there's an Irvin out there somewhere living a life full of love with someone like me. I can move forward with that thought in my heart.
Use your power when you want to.
That's pretty exhausting, really. So I might only do it when I feel like we could use backup. For now, anyway.
Oh, I got some cash? Oh, hi there, Michael. Didn't see you. I was kind of busy caught up with the 2 Barretts. But yes. Hello, good morning. And, wait, no. I think it's afternoon for you. And yes, hydrate. I see it, I see it. I have some gamer subs. It's noon, almost 1. Talk with Barrett. Oh, okay. How you feeling?
I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things. Just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice.
What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry, I got ahead of myself there. Remember a bit ago we were talking about Constellation? I've just been thinking about it since. And Irvin, my husband, used to be in Constellation way back when. So my mind jumped to thinking about him. So I was listening to these old messages to hear his voice.
I hope that was a comfort.
It was surreal, honestly. So most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about biodiversity and plant life. But one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died.
Okay.
He said something terrible was happening there. But the message was garbled after that.
Interstellar communication isn't always reliable.
True, but this was different. I recognized this pattern from the war. A portion of the message was encrypted.
Encrypted?
Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset.
Was he injured?
No, he was frustrated and angry. He said they were going to destroy his name.
What was the message?
He said they were going to destroy his life if he didn't leave the planet now. Then he asked me to help clear his name. Said they had a case against him. Oh, he sounded so upset.
Must have been difficult to hear.
Yes. Hearing his voice in so much pain was very difficult. I wish I had noticed this message when he sent it. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help.
You didn't notice this message before?
No, I just thought it was garbled. I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
Framed for what?
Not exactly sure, but he mentioned a court case. So I think there's a paper trail.
Who is they?
His former employers had some job he took before he died. I think it was a mining company.
This recording is 20 years old.
It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong, right? So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here, see what I can find out. There's gotta be a paper trail, right?
Sadbot,
I happen to
hi,
have a trustworthy
welcome.
contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes.
But yeah, how's it going? Welcome, haven't seen you in a while. This should be enough.
That works. I'll tell them to go ahead with the investigation. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. Does that make any sense?
It must still be important.
I appreciate that. It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this. But the fact that I'm doing something about it might be enough to help. Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds anything.
But yeah, hi Sadbot, how's it going? It's been so long. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I woke up like an hour ago. Alright, let's get back to the ship.
Exhilarating, isn't it? To be the first person to scan these things.
Oh, there's my ship. I keep thinking it was farther away. Oh, okay, careful, careful. And down. But yeah, I don't know if you were around for the other many streams, but this is Starfield. It's my latest obsession. Ready for takeoff. Wait, are those douchebags still here?
The party have come.
Yep, here we go.
Yet another challenge.
Help!
Embrace eternity.
Wait, what the hell's happening? I can't... Fuck, I'm bugged out. Oh no, I'm bugged out.
Struggle. How long?
I am bugged out. I am bugged out. I can't exit to menu? What is happening?
The artifacts are mine.
I think I'm gonna have to reload a save. I have no idea what the hell is happening. Okay, this was about 2 minutes ago.
Annihilate them.
Alright, take 2. What am I hitting? Some debris?
Your struggle. How long?
Ah. Hard turn, hard turn. Pump gas. Ah, I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I can't move.
Return to the stars.
How about you? Oh, I missed. Oh, my missile.
Encumbered, but we are not defenseless.
Ah, there we go. Pump gas. I'm telling you, these NPCs are chump pilots. Get ready for a grav jump. T-minus 4 seconds. Oh yeah, flashbang, watch out.
This is United Colony Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. Scan complete. Welcome to Mars. You are cleared to land at Sidonia.
Welcome to Mars, everyone. Okay. Exit ship.
This kind of planet may seem inhospitable, but it's just ready for some real estate developer to come in here and turn the place into a classy resort.
A classy resort on Mars, huh? Low gravity. Oh. Alright, so this mission, I've been asked to check out this freighter, which has been grounded for some reason. Hello? UC Vanguard, here to investigate.
Yuck. Let's clear these pests out of here. They just skeeve me out.
How many heat leeches are on here?
Wish granted.
Oh, shit.
Surprise! No guns. Oh, I got this.
Maybe the shotgun was a bit overkill. Inspect cargo for damage. Ah, watch out!
I know what we need. Yeah, more meat. Exactly.
Check cargo. Up! God damn, these things are full of heat leeches. Oh my god, I forgot for a second. These are baby terramorphs. Everything seems okay. Heat leech. Reload. Hang on, I want to see the reload animation. Ah, another heat leech.
Hello, me.
Just every time there's combat, he summons another one. Even though he says himself doing so is, like, tiring. Everything seems okay. Everything seems okay. Heat leech.
Whoa.
Ah.
Icy cold blast right up my backside. Nope. Don't like that.
How did both of you have such ass aim? Oh, it's a heat leech. Surprise. Okay, seems good. Exterminate the heat leeches. Wait, are there more? me reload real quick. Oh. There's one, like, right here. Don't forget to loot. One more. Ah.
Come and get it!
It ran off.
Did someone order extra Barrett?
Punk ass. It's a service we're doing here. These are heat leeches. This could have been like an entire Terramorph hive. Storage crate. The freight's good, but the crew is dead. Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh no, I'm stuck. How'd I get down here? The ramp to the cargo bay is like above me. Alright, good thing I can fast travel. Where's Sidonia? Why is it so buggy today? Oh, here we go. Alright, let's go talk to Dennis.
Living in the ground or caves has been a classic human maneuver since our species branched off.
You think so? Damn, that ship though was infested with heat leeches. I hope we got them all.
All-time low around Sidonia.
238 hours without incident. That's almost 10 days.
Sidonia may be rough around the edges, but it is utterly monumental for humanity.
I suppose.
Tragedy struck a remote settlement on Cal City 2. A surprise terrorist attack killed every settler. There were no survivors.
I remember that.
Settled systems are sadly no strangers to terrorist attacks.
Ah, welcome back. Will you tell me the word on my ship? Anything?
Sure.
You did not find my cargo ship yet, I take it?
The ship crashed. It was full of heat leeches, but the cargo seemed intact.
Oh, no. I hope they did not get into my cargo and ruin anything. As for the crew, I assume dead, yes? That is too bad. Too bad. But you found the ship and its cargo, and that is good at least. I will send someone to retrieve it now that you made it safe. Thank you. Maybe I will have more jobs for you. If you want.
Alright. On to the next job.
Be careful down near the mines, and enter any active sites at your own risk.
Terror in the spaceport. A tranquil day in New Atlantis was thrown into absolute mayhem with the sudden appearance of multiple terror forces.
I remember that. I had to help take care of them. Security working in conjunction with 2 unknown soldiers.
The United Colonies Department of Labor would like to remind you that working too much overtime is harmful to your health.
what's the next job? Location of the ECS constant. I don't know where the hell that thing is. Alright, let's just fast travel this time. I don't want any more bugs. To Alpha Centauri. Should be pretty close to the lodge. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Doing alright? Staying hydrated? Had something to eat? Gotta look out for yourselves now, you hear?
Oh, I love breathing in the air here. You'd imagine it would smell like any other city, but it smells tranquil. If that makes sense. Like the air carries a dash of herbal tea with it.
The air carries a dash of herbal tea.
Data's right here. When you're done with your work. Changed your mind, did you? Willing to help me get a promotion?
Fine.
Wait, really? Wow. Okay. Okay.
You know, fine. What could go wrong?
I've gotten a few bad performance evaluations in the last couple of years. Totally unjustified, incredibly unfair.
Sure.
I found a backdoor into the mass network so I could make some changes to my personnel file. But it turns out the chief engineer knows what she's doing. The only way to get access is from the terminal in her apartment, which is kind of locked.
How about you just give me Kelton's data now and we skip the rest?
Sorry, that's not on the table.
Oh.
Someone else can spend time examining shrubs then. Not my problem.
Has to be a way we can work this out.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, look. Just hear me out, all right? I really need this to happen. If you do this for me, I can make it worth your while. You delete that data, I get promoted, I'm pulling in a bigger salary. I can compensate you. I'll throw in some extra credits for you, okay? A nice little bonus. But first, you need to get into the chief engineer's apartment.
Hand over the data.
Fine, you win. Just get out of my sight.
Gladly.
Tell Kelton to stuff it.
Of course. Now I can finally continue with this quest. I've been delaying it for so long because I didn't want to do anything for that guy. I didn't realize I could persuade him to just give me the data. Hey, I'm back. After like 1,000 years.
To avoid disaster.
Can you believe this tree was here before the city?
Kelton?
I hope you have the data. It's really quite crucial.
Took some convincing, but here it is.
Wonderful. I see you have the gift of the gab. I hope that Emilio wasn't too insufferable. I'm sorry if this was complicated. I'd prefer to remain unaware of the details in the event that it comes up later, particularly in a legal setting. And I suppose I'd better verify the data to make sure Emilio didn't double-cross me. But you have once again come through for me. I'm truly hoping that this is the last piece I need to figure out what we can do.
Just doing my part.
And I appreciate it. Thank you for your assistance.
Hey. Okay, what do I have to do now? Check in on Kelton later. Alright. Speak with Walter. Oh, that's right. Kind of forgot about that for a second.
There's nothing more beautiful than seeing all those books.
Hey, Walter, you here? Ah, usually gives me a marker. There's Sam, there's Vladimir, Mateo. Is he up in his room or something?
I have been idle here for a long time. I believe Barrett would describe this state as bored.
What can we do?
I don't know how it got this bad. I really don't.
They shouldn't have traded players. It was a bad move.
We traded our top player for 2 mediocre ones.
Sorry to wake you up, Walter.
I'd like to talk to you about something when you have the chance.
Together, buddy.
Have you had any more work? Oh.
I want you to know I was very impressed with your work back on Neon.
Oh, yeah, that. I know you well enough now to feel like this is leading somewhere.
There's no fooling you. Don't worry, this is a much lower stake opportunity. My Star Yard's been having a little trouble getting our next project off the ground. I need someone capable and decisive to step in and steer it in the right direction. Interested?
You need to tell me more than that.
Of course, now that I know you're interested. It's a new ship. We want to diversify our fleet. Now, I don't know why the people I pay very handsomely to come up with new designs can't seem to get out of the R&D phase. And frankly, I don't care. I just want someone, you, to go there and show them how it's done.
You must have known I dabble in ship design, huh?
I did not. Part of the problem is that my designers seem to be having trouble agreeing on a plan. I should mention that you're not there to make design decisions. You're there to get the project back on track and help guide them. So, ideally, you're not adding to the problem.
Why is the project stalling?
R&D needs to happen first whenever work starts on a new project. It's a natural stalling point since we need to make so many big decisions. In this case, we're talking about looking at our existing fleet of ships and using data we've gathered to see what consumers want. But of course, each member of the R&D team can interpret that data to suit their own confirmation bias. I'm guessing that's what we're seeing here.
You can count on me, Walter.
Excellent. I'll send word ahead to the project lead, Jules Degante, that you're taking point. They'll all be instructed to listen to you and follow your direction. I expect big things from you, so I'm excited to see what you manage to deliver. I don't believe you'll let me down.
Sam, buddy. Cora borrowed some of my things without asking. You wanted me to tell you if it happened again.
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there?
Well, you're doing a great job.
We have to get this right.
What are you saying?
I swear, it feels like, well, people in this place are like just talking to each other from across the building or something. Like, you can hear the conversation, but they might be like, oh. Go to Stroud Eklund Star Yard. Oh, I've been there so many times now. Yes.
someone leave some food out before we left? Whoa.
Probably you, Barrett. Looks like they're assembling ships on the right there. Docking. Find jewels.
We have a state-of-the-art R&D.
Walter's Star Yard has single-handedly disrupted the market. He's got a vision, that's for sure.
Average consumer doesn't need that sort of maneuvering capability. And Mike is saying there are technical reasons your design won't work.
You're asking for technology that doesn't even exist, Frank. I'm good at what I do, but you're mental if you think I can pull off what you're asking. Tried and true is what we should focus on, I know.
Tried and true is so dull, though. I like Frank's design, but maybe we could pivot it to more of a research vessel? Something suited for deep space exploration.
That's a great suggestion, but you know what? We haven't heard from Ned yet. Maybe she has some marketing insights.
Okay, but what if... Sorry, hear me out. What if we went for the family recreation demo instead? It's a much bigger market than Explorers, and no one else is doing it.
Oh, seriously?
That's a little different than I think we were all expecting, but a really good point.
I also worry that would limit us.
Hey, back up. Nev's got a point. It's something we could easily build. And I'm sure the number crunchers could make it turn a tidy profit.
Thank you.
But I do think a solid, no-frills ship with a large cargo capacity would be even more practical and doable, given our time frames.
Oh boy.
Look, everyone, we need to come together if we're to succeed. Let's change direction and do a little thought exercise.
How long are they gonna go on?
Okay, fine. Maybe we should all just go back and develop our ideas some more before Walter's consultant, friend, whatever they are, gets here.
I'm right here.
The decision's apparently out of our hands anyway.
Hey, it's me. I've been standing there this entire time.
Hello.
So you're the project lead?
It means I'm responsible for making sure our projects are carried through to completion. I'm not the one calling all the shots per se, but I do need to ensure the people making those calls are empowered to do that within the limits the executive set for us.
Have you been leading the R&D team for long?
It might surprise you to hear that no, I have not. This is actually the first project I've led for Stroud Eklund. I recently graduated with a master's degree in engineering management.
Oh,
I'm actually kind of surprised
impressive.
they hired me. But I was at the top of my class, so maybe they didn't want to lose me to some other star yard. Anyway, I'm grateful for the chance to do good work here.
I'm here to speak to you about this new ship project.
You must be Walter's colleague.
Indeed I
He
am.
informed me that you'd be taking charge of Project Kepler despite the fact that we have a fully dedicated R&D staff already assigned to it. But that's okay. I'm sure that even though you have virtually no experience with this, you'll do a great job.
Wow. Starship, I actually had a good experience.
Oh, I just assumed. You know what? I'm really sorry. I should trust Walter knew what he was doing. My bad.
Even so, we have plenty of designers.
As you probably know, we're tasked with coming up with Stroud Eklund's next hit starship. But we have budget concerns, market research to finish, and we can't seem to agree on a design. So I guess Walter sent you to resolve these issues. Have at it.
Tell me a little about the team.
Sure. I'm Jules, R&D project lead. Was the one making all the big decisions. I suppose I just coordinate now. You already heard from Frank. He's lead designer on the project, focused on the look and feel of the ships. There's Ella, another senior designer. She focuses on some of the more technical designs of ships. Went to school with Frank. Mike is our senior engineer, responsible for consulting on all the technical bits, the machinery, the computer systems, etc. And then there's Nev. She's here for marketing. It's her job to weigh in and sell this thing to consumers.
I'm familiar with the process. Let's get to it.
Ah, right. So you mentioned. Let's move on to solving our budget issues then, shall we? We were charged with building the newest, hottest ship on the market, which won't be possible unless we petition the board for more money. So we have 2 new budget proposals. One will allow us to build what I consider to be a very sensible ship, but we'll have to make some tough design cuts. The other will allow us much more flexibility to put whatever we want into the ship. It's what I call the kitchen sink proposal.
The kitchen sink?
But it'll be next to impossible to approve. What should we go with?
Why can't you use the original budget?
I'd love to, seriously. It would be a huge win for us if we came in under or at that budget. But none of the viable designs for this project can be made for that amount.
Oh.
I've already rejected that budget, so I have to go to the board regardless. And since you're now responsible for the major decisions, which budget proposal we go with falls on you.
I see. What kind of cuts will we have to make for the sensible design budget?
It's more that we can only choose certain design elements at the expense of others. In other words, if we go with something in Mike's design, there's not enough money in the budget for what Ella wants. That's one of the reasons we haven't been able to agree on anything.
Smaller budget will help us focus the design. Let's stick with your sensible budget proposal.
That sounds good to me, but remember, this ship will have fewer bells and whistles. We're not going to be able to include everything we want. Frank's luxury design has the most expensive components, and we've been having trouble convincing him to move away from that idea so we can stay within the budget. We need his help. Do you think you can get him to budge?
I am right here, you know?
Now let's talk.
I already gave my answer to Jules. We cut nothing.
Oh. Go for broke.
Are
Damn
you
it.
kidding? They'll just learn I can do with less and continue to give me less. I'll never be happy.
I'm sure even you realize why it's important to stick to a reasonable budget.
I do. It's a gamble. If we go over budget and the ship doesn't sell, it doesn't look good for us.
Shouldn't hold up the entire project.
Maybe it is a bit selfish of me. I suppose maybe I could work with Mike to figure out what sort of components we can put inside the ship to give the consumer a smoother, better ride. Fine. I see what you're saying. Perhaps we tone down the luxury aspects a bit. Does it really need so much gold trim? Probably not.
Sometimes constraints are more like opportunities in disguise. I'd miss the massaging chairs, heated floors, and ever-flowing Terra Brew, too. But it's less to test in the end, right? And less Frank to deal with. Silver lining.
Great! That's one problem solved. I'll go forward with that budget proposal and we can move on. Next, we need to gather some market data. The best way to do this is to outfit your ship with some sensors and take it through some real-world scenarios so we can make more informed design decisions.
Why me? Just tell me what I need to do.
Great! Just pick up a mission or two at the mission board and proceed like you normally would. We'll collect the data when you return. If you take on a variety of missions, we can build a ship to handle a variety of scenarios. But if you just fly one mission, we can build a more focused ship. It's up to you. In the meantime, you might also want to talk with the team, get to know them, give feedback on their proposals, etc. Good luck out there.
Alright, let's talk, Ella.
So, you're Walter's friend. I know he chose you to head this project as some sort of favor. Honestly, as senior technical designer, I was hoping to receive that honor, but there's always next time. Regardless, I'm excited to help you out. Do you have any experience building spaceships?
I'm practically a professional at this point.
This is wonderful to hear. I hope for all of our sakes that you are not overselling your ability. Now, I know you've been asked to give feedback on our design proposals. Would you care for a brief synopsis of mine?
Tell me more about yourself.
I'm the most senior designer on this project, for one. Despite all the acclaim he gets, I actually referred Frank to his current design position. He and I were in the same design program when we went to get our degrees back in uni. We support each other as friends as much as possible. Even when we disagree. I love my job here. But I dream one day of working for a small startup or running my own design firm so I can work on custom ships instead of mass-produced products.
Up, hydrate, I see it. Yeah, 1 second. Tell me what kind of ship you have in mind.
Of course. But first, let me ask you this. What pilot demographic is currently being underserved by the current starship market?
I don't know, but I feel like you're gonna tell me.
Well, you're no fun. My idea is a little less conventional. I believe we should invest in making a dedicated exploration ship, marketed towards citizen scientists. Sure, we and other manufacturers have lines of exploration ships, but none built with the average consumer in mind. It's my hope that we can jumpstart a new era of affordable, accessible space exploration, fueled by ordinary people like you and me.
Not a bad concept, it'd be a very niche product, though.
Yeah, that's what Jules said too. But at least that gives me something to think about. Thanks. I'll refine the idea and propose it next time, I guess.
What do you think of the company?
Why do I feel like answering this could be a trap coming from someone who was sent here by Walter to step in and take over our project? It's not like I have anything to hide. I used to think working for a super wealthy corporation would be terrible, but honestly, it's pretty great. They've been good to me, and the stability is way better than any startup. I've had opportunities I wouldn't have anywhere else, so yeah, pretty great.
What's your job here entail?
Well, as a senior designer, I'm trusted to work on some pretty important features on these ships. Most of my work is on the technical features, designing them to be more user-friendly. Computer systems like navigation, targeting, you name it. It may not be as glamorous as what Frank does, but without me, these ships would be almost impossible for the average consumer to actually use. See you around, I guess.
Okay, so what do I have to do? A bounty mission? Passenger mission? Oh, why a passenger mission? Those ones are bugged. Alright. How do you do? What was your name? Mike.
I'm wondering if we need another chef in the kitchen. Then again, I hear Walter brought you in to finally make a decision around here.
Has that been a problem?
Well, how do I put this? My co-workers are smart people. But between you and me, they're in way over their head with this project. Jules especially. She's new at being a project lead and has insisted we design by committee, so everyone's voice is heard. Admirable. But no one could agree on anything, and we're running significantly behind because of it.
Glad to be of service?
Good. Just so long as you don't push us to make anything too nutty. I think your decisiveness will put us back on the right track. Speaking of which, I think my plan will get us where we need to be as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's simple, no frills, and most importantly, won't cause me any major headaches on the engineering side.
Sounds like this project is hard on engineers. Why is that?
Oh, let me tell you. All the creative minds around here are so concerned with designing the most innovative and fancy ships possible. They never stop to think about the kind of work it takes to do that in a reasonable time frame. Yes, we're engineers. Our job is to make the bloody impossible possible. But that doesn't mean it's easy or practical. That and there's never enough of us to go around.
You're really... What can you tell me about your role here?
Couldn't figure it out from the engineering talk? I'm an engineer, mate. It means I'm the one who's got to put together all these plans and actually make the bloody ship fly. Been doing it for going on 25 years at various star yards. They still haven't realized this place would fall apart if not for me. Instead of letting me get to my work, they keep giving me fancy new titles and got me tied up in endless meetings like this one.
You're really selling it with that unenthusiastic pitch.
No, I'm just trying to set realistic goals. Sorry that ain't exciting to you. So I'm thinking, there's loads of fighters. No sense in mucking about with that again. And we've already got one of the best luxury liners in the biz. What I figure is, the cargo running business is booming, and no one's quite built a personal craft like that to serve the working class folk. Nothing fancy, no frills. Just a simple, sturdy, inexpensive ship with cargo room up the wazoo and make it so easy my cousin's little moppet could fly it.
Sounds simple enough. Any other design considerations?
Our objective should be to build a huge ship with plenty of cargo room while keeping the costs low. Doesn't need fancy equipment, just the basics. Basic weapons, basic defenses, basic scanners. You get the idea. If we go with a design like that, I can focus on quality construction, and the ship will practically sell itself.
Maybe we could make your pitch a little more exciting.
Yes. Of course. Zhuzh it up, just enough to disappoint me even more when we ultimately end up choosing something ridiculous. Thanks.
What do you think of Stroud Eklund?
I assume you mean the company and not the people. Because even if I didn't already think so, I'd tell you that both Walter and Issa are great. The company's still kind of young as far as Star Yards go, but it seems to be going in the right direction, despite what it may look like. I've been doing this for a while at other Star Yards, and so far, we're avoiding a lot of the mistakes some of the older corps have made.
You don't like being involved in research and development?
Nope. Not really. I like to think I don't have the ego for it. I've got nothing to prove, and I don't rightly care to make my mark on the industry. All I want to do is build the best damn starships I can, not get bogged down with all the excess particulars. But upper management loves the work I do, and they wouldn't let me say no to this. I guess they needed someone to keep everyone's heads out of the clouds, so here I am. Hope we didn't scare you off, huh?
These ships are something else.
Alright, hello, Nav.
Hi. Need something?
To go from literally
You seem a little on edge. Something wrong?
Oh, no. Well, it's just... I'm a little new here, and everyone's got these big, flashy designs. And I'm supposed to come up with one too, but like, I don't know if it's as good or like, good at all, even.
But I need to hear all the proposals.
Wow, rude.
Oh, sorry.
But, okay, fine. Just maybe don't be an ass about it. So, I was thinking that we could really use a recreational craft in our fleet. But not like super luxurious like our Adonis pleasure yacht. Something marketed more towards families. Something Mom and Dad could pack up and take the kids on vacation. You probably think that's stupid, right?
Really think that kind of ship is in demand?
I used to go off-world camping with my family when I was a kid. The other families we met always complained their ships weren't quite adequate for family vacations. They never had enough room, and the kids would always fight. I've done some market research, and like, no ship manufacturer seems to be making ships for things like this. Which means even if the demand is low, we can fill this niche and still sell a lot.
What would it take to design a ship like that?
I haven't thought of all the details, but I'd imagine lots of passenger space would be a top priority. A mid-sized ship with enough room for one, or maybe even 2 or 3 families to spread out and relax. I don't think it'd need any fancy weapons or scientific equipment, so it should be pretty affordable. Families don't want to spend a fortune, so keeping the cost low will help guarantee plenty of sales.
Not really my sort of thing. I don't know how well it'd sell.
Well, you listened to my idea more than the others did, so I'll take it as a good sign. Thanks.
Do you like working here?
So far I do. But, just between you and me, I feel like I'm in a little over my head. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. But my bosses really seem to like my work, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm doing something right. I still feel weird pitching ideas to people who have been at this for so much longer than I have.
What's it like to do marketing for a ship manufacturer?
It's interesting. I'm new, and I've never done anything like this before coming here. Marketing for ships, specifically, that is. There are so many things to think of for different demographics, like style, features, cost, and all that. And you also need to think about offensive and defensive capabilities, because space is dangerous, and people need to feel like the ship they're buying is safe.
What did you do before this?
Yeah, I've only been here for a few months. I did a little marketing for Chunks before this, but it was really more of an internship.
Oh.
Ships are, like, totally different than that. I applied for the job here on a whim because I thought it'd be fun. I never expected to be hired. Catch you around.
Frank?
You know, I have designed spacecraft for over 10 years. So, you must have really impressed Walter for him to give you this project. Or maybe it's a bit of nepotism. Never mind that. Perhaps he sees in you what he sees in me.
What do you think Walter sees in you? Us?
My hope is that he sees the passion in our work. In truth, I know he values me, but he has yet to truly cut me loose from the corporate reins and let me do as I wish. But I understand Walter has given you much greater control of our project. Perhaps I can learn from you and convince him I'm ready for the same.
Tell me about yourself.
As a designer, I see the beauty in our craft and deliver that to the consumer. My desire is to make flying in our ships a joy to all the senses. I have won awards. I am proud of my work. But I do not like to brag. Rather, my goal is to change the board's perception of employees like myself from mere cogs in the corporate machine to value us as artists and let us do as we please.
Jules asked me to give feedback on your design proposal. Let's hear it.
Ah, yes. At least you may be more open to my ideas than my colleagues. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Imagine a luxury craft designed for the most discerning of tastes. Every feature designed for comfort and peace of mind. High-end performance, precision engineering, a spacecraft for those who wish to be seen. This will be the most elite personal craft on the market.
How will we design a ship like that?
The ship should be mid-size, spacious but not bulky. We'll want to build it with the highest quality, most expensive modules available. It should feel safe, but not threatening. Focus on defensive measures, not aggressive weaponry. Above all, you should be able to picture your favorite celebrity, or Walter himself, flying this ship and influencing others to buy as well.
You're onto something. You need to find a pitch of it a little better.
I think I understand what you mean. It is not enough to say it's a high-end luxury ship. Who is flying this ship? Where do they go? What is their story? And why do they crave such attention? Oh, thank you. I will think on this and improve on my proposal.
What was that about wanting to sell the ship to celebrities? Why is that so important?
2 words. Conspicuous consumption. Are you familiar with this concept?
I think I see what you're getting at.
Of course you do. I'm glad you understand. Imagine someone like Borealis stepping out of one of our shining luxury ships. Everyone would want to look that cool. Not only would I have the chance to work on a dream ship, but that kind of exposure is guaranteed to sell it.
Why so defensive about your design?
Because I am the lead designer on the project. It is literally my job to design it. It is frustrating because I keep getting pushback. And Jules has this idea that we will make a better product by designing it all together. Since everyone has equal say, it led us to a standstill. It was much easier before.
Why work here if you seem so unhappy?
Just because I do not like how corporate we have become, doesn't mean I don't like getting paid. Besides, with every successful ship I design, I believe I can influence the company to shift away from typical corporate bullshit and back to taking risks by pursuing art and innovation. Then again, here we are. Later.
Jeez. Oh, I think I still have to hear Jules' proposal.
That data from your ship is going to be critical to our design process, assuming you can handle the missions. This is going great. Just fantastic.
I can give you some feedback on your design proposal.
Oh, yes, I actually do have a proposal. I wasn't really expecting you to give me feedback, but why not, I guess. I'd like to see us branch out a bit more in the starfighter market. Bounty hunting and mercenary work are both big these days, especially among the hard-blooded free stars.
Is there a lot of demand for starfighters in the consumer market?
I'm glad you brought that up. No, and yes, there's a lot of work out there that requires a capable fighting ship. But the real success comes from UC military contracts, which we would hope to attract by building a higher-end version of this ship platform for them.
How we go about designing a starfighter like that?
We'd want to give it strong weapons, tough defenses, plus good speed and maneuverability. Most starfighters are fairly small, and the tricky part is keeping costs down with all those fancy modules.
Maybe you should work on the pitch. I'm not so sure consumer starfighter is the way to go.
You could be right. There's got to be a better way to pitch the idea. I'll give it some more thought. Thanks.
Oh, I got some XP for that.
We'll chat again soon, okay?
Yep. Come on, Barrett, let's get going.
It must have cost a fortune to build this place.
Oh,
so
mission
fast.
board. Passenger and bounty. Why passenger? Those missions are bugged. I didn't even realize there was a mission board here. Oh, okay, there we go. My headphones cut out for a second. Transport workers. Lantana 9C.
Look at this place. Home.
Undock. Powering up engines. Lantana. Where's the Lantana system? All the way over here. Oh, it's only level 30. Oh, there's a lot of planets, though. Ooh. 90% gravity, standard O2, temperate temperatures, unknown magnetosphere. This could be like a good colony planet. Ready for grav jump. T-3. Oh hell, these douchebags again. I don't know if I'm within range yet. Gonna try and get a bit closer. Come on, missiles, missile lock, missile lock. Oh what, there were two of them? I didn't see the second one. I didn't see the second one. Come on, come on, come on, turn, turn. Missile lock. Damn it, turn. My shields. On gas. You should have gone to piloting school. Ugh. Hey, Barrett. Marika.
Hi there, Captain.
Hello. Are the passengers already down there? Oh, do not.
We're here. Thanks.
Oh yeah, sure, no problem. Let me just climb down real quick.
Nice flying. Stay safe out there.
Uh-huh. You two take care now. Thank you for flying, Paradox space travel. Alright, hang on. I gotta check something real quick. Now, I just want to make sure... that they don't come back on board again.
When you are.
Okay, that's Barrett standing behind me. They're the two passengers. Okay, hopefully they don't come back on board. Just get out of my seat real quick. Make sure they're not on board. This was the computer core. Is this my... Yeah, this is my room. Okay. I imagine Marika's downstairs. I say downstairs, but down ladder. Did I bump into something? Maybe that. What was this room again? The armory, I think? Cargo bay. Crew quarters. Is this a bunk bed? I think so. Alright, so no one's hiding out down here. Okay, that's Marika there.
Did you need something?
No, just checking. Okay, good. No one's stuck on board this time. Alright, let's head back to, Stroud Eklund Star Yards real quick. What's it? Where's Narion? Narion, there we go. Stroud Eklund Star Yard. Ready for grab jump. T-minus 5. Start moving a bit faster. Alright, slow down for approach. Ready to dock. Alright, once again, I want to double check something. Okay.
Deimos or a Stroud Eklund?
You have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Go to any planet in the Heinlein system. I think I just fast travel from here. Have I been to the Heinlein system? I guess not.
Fire everything you've got! Ha!
Oh boy, here we go. They're too... I don't think they need my help.
United Colonies vessel to unknown contact. Please acknowledge. You don't usually see spacers this far out. We could have really used the help out there.
You didn't need my help.
So next time you see one of us in port, buy us around. Fly safe.
They did not need my help. They shredded those guys in like 2 seconds. They did not need my help.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this!
Missile lock. Jumps. Bunch of chumps, I say. Alright, back to Stroud Eklund again. Honestly, it's pretty difficult to lose 1v1 in this game. Like, legit, I don't know. Like, it's really very hard to lose 1v1 in a ship fight. The only times I've lost in a ship fight is when I've been, like, outnumbered, like, 4v1. Alright, let's see if we can't go and resolve the design issues here. Docking. Alright, let's finish up this quest and then we can head out. Or finish up, wrap up stream. Let's save first.
These ships are nice, but compared to a Trident.
Well, we're making progress now, I guess. We're all super glad you're here, right, everyone? Well, we are.
Done the market research, ready for the next step.
The ship design is, you know, it works in some ways. In others, it's, you know, probably fine. But it might have a touch of feature creep. But it looks, you know, nice.
So you managed to complete a couple different
I appreciate the effort,
This will
Barrett.
give us lots of data to support building a ship that can tackle a variety of scenarios. Of course, if we build a ship like that, we may need the kitchen sink budget, but we'll see. Thanks for your help. Now, we just need to solve our interpersonal issues so we can agree on a design. Easy, right?
Why does it seem like you're asking me to do some sort of Herculean task?
Because I'd be lying if I told you it wasn't. And as long as I'm being honest, it's kind of my fault. I had this idea that we should all collaborate on the design because I thought it'd give us the best results. And I'm not willing to give up on that idea. But it's made this challenging because it made everyone equally invested and no one wants to give up anything.
I'll make sure to get everyone working together.
You seem awfully confident for someone who doesn't know how long we've been dealing with this. I've tried everything I can think of besides some sort of hokey team building exercise. So, what do you think you can do differently?
What have you tried so far?
Okay, for real. It's mostly been just a bunch of arguing. First, we tried a group brainstorming session, and that went about as well as you can imagine. We tried individual designs, but that backfired. We've had meetings focused on individual aspects of the ship, and that just prolonged the process. I could have put my foot down and made a decision, but then I'd be giving up on my idea that collaboration will build us the best ship. That, and I don't want anyone to resign because of me.
The only fair thing to do is make everyone give up one compromise.
I can't believe I didn't think of that. It's fair. Everyone goes around the table and makes a cut. That way no one feels like they're the only one being asked to compromise. This should drive us towards a more focused design. And since Walter asked you to take the lead on this, I don't have to be the villain here. So you're sure about this?
Let's get ready to compromise.
Great! Let's get ready to disappoint everyone equally. Please, everybody, listen. Let's
Did you
give
have
this a
to
chance,
phrase it
okay?
like that?
Okay. Well, here goes nothing. Okay, everyone. Our friend here, remember, not me, has decided in order to move forward, we're going to go around the table and everyone is going to give up one major aspect of your design. It's the fairest way to do this, and ultimately, I think it's going to make our collective design choices a lot easier. Who wants to start? Okay, fine. I'll go first. I'm willing to cut some of the included hardpoints. It'll mean less firepower, but the consumer can still add them afterwards, I suppose.
You're looking at me, huh? I guess that means you want me to go. All right. Look, I'll be easy. You know I wasn't looking for anything fancy, but if I've got to make cuts, we can reduce some of the cargo base.
I guess we can cut some of the extra sensors and data collection equipment? As long as this thing can still make it to deep space and back with no problem, I'll be happy.
I'd be willing to give up some of the passenger space, maybe. Yeah, that should be okay.
Frank?
What? I already agreed to cut a significant portion of the luxury features. Remember? I shouldn't need to cut anything else.
Well then, that wasn't so bad. I feel much more confident we can actually build this thing.
Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought.
We're all super glad you're here,
Exploring the
right,
galaxy is
everyone?
hard work. Trust me.
Well,
I know.
we are.
But stop by sometime.
Now that we've
Let's
unblocked
talk.
ourselves, tell me about the ship
Just
we're
us
making.
adventurers.
Based on the decisions you made, it looks like we're going to end up with a very reasonable ship design. I have no worries about the feasibility of manufacturing and selling it.
Do you think your team will run into this issue again?
I hope not, but it's possible. If the ship sells well enough, the board will have no problem increasing the budget next time. The data you gathered for us will last a while too. And I think I picked up some useful techniques from you to help us work together better.
Go into more detail about the ship.
It's going to be a smaller, sleeker, mid-range ship. I think it'll be best suited for an average consumer. Not too expensive, the ability to add a few options here and there, moderately defensible. It'll be decent for several use cases, but won't really excel at anything in particular.
Ah, jack of all trades. Let me know if there's anything else I can do.
Now that we've addressed all our issues, we can move forward, finalize the design, and get this into production pretty quickly. If you could do us a favor and let Walter know that we're back on track, I'm sure he'll be thrilled. Thanks for your help.
Hey, no problem.
I'm proud to be a part of the Stroud effort team.
I guess I am too. At least on a temporary basis.
Everything looks exactly as we left it, right? Right.
Alright. Barrett looks
Got
like
a minute to chat? Maybe a few minutes. Probably not hours, though. But no guarantees.
Alright, sure.
Hey, so I'm really enjoying our time together. Thought you should know. It's been a long time since I worked with someone so closely. I didn't realize how much I missed it. And you haven't stopped me from looking into this stuff with Irvin either. So, thank you.
If it matters to you, it matters to me.
See, that's what makes you a good captain in my book. You're supportive. On that note, I do have some news about Irvin's case.
Do you now?
So, I wanted to let you know that I heard back from my contact, and I think you'll want to hear this.
Oh?
They sent me a copy of some public records. It's interesting. There was a claim filed against Irvin, accusing him of damaging their investments. Looks like Irvin didn't even enter a plea.
Who brought the case to court?
The Hephaestus Mining Corporation. And they also won the case.
What was the settlement?
Some of Irvin's paychecks were seized, as well as any assets that weren't under joint ownership.
I don't understand how Irvin could be guilty of that.
Well, if it was Irvin, I do want to understand that, because I just can't believe it. Anyway, this mining corporation, Hephaestus, sued Irvin, claiming he irreparably damaged their mine. They said he killed the apex predators in the area around the mine, which led to herd creatures overeating the grasses. That caused the soils to release too many gases too fast, which cost Hephaestus a ton of money.
Seems hard to prove.
It looks like they considered him a no-show and ruled against him. So anyway, according to the court documents, there was a witness for the defense, who was a no-show too. Then Hephaestus won by default. They tried to take his apartment, but because it's in my name too, they couldn't.
Why did the witness show
They
up?
withdrew their testimony the morning of the trial. Said they had a sincere change of heart.
Pay free apartment?
Kinda. I had a mountain of back taxes to pay, and utilities, and repairs. It would have been far better for my pockets had I just donated it to the city. But I'm glad I didn't. There may be clues there about his case. So here's what I was thinking. I can persuade my contact to keep digging a little bit more. I don't want to press our luck, so I'll just ask them to follow up on one thing. Should I tell them to investigate the company more, or look into the witness instead?
Pay your smuggler contact to investigate both.
For that much money? They'll do it. You know, this investigation is time-consuming, but it's also pretty cathartic. Who knows? Maybe if we solve this case, it'll mean a better future for Gagarin. But that's thinking too far ahead. Anyway, Captain, thanks for checking in with me.
Hey, no problem.
Do you need something, Captain?
No, not right now. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it here. Gotta go get ready for the day and whatnot. You know how capitalism is. But yeah, that's gonna be all from me for today. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Hope y'all had fun. I know I did. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thank you to anyone watching the VOD, and thank you as always, the lovely fortune tellers watching this before I stream. Okie doke, let's see who's on right now so I can go raid. Oh, Leaf is on. Let's go say hi. Raid channel. Start raid. But yeah. Thanks once again, everyone, for stopping by. Remember to hydrate, rest up, eat tasty things, all that good jazz, and peace!